Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
We're going to get right into it today. 9:03, CJ Nasello, it's our daily show. Top of the hour news now. We'll talk about what's coming down the pipeline on our show in a couple of minutes, but we're going to go right into this this newscast. RiverBender.com is on the scene at 6th and Liberty. We're going to play you some sights and sounds now as we have reports of a police altercation last night. More details are rolling in now, but we'll take you on the scene to what we're gathering. RiverBender.com has been out there for multiple hours, and we'll keep you updated as we do best. But here's what we've been able to gather this morning. As you can see, there's multiple officials on scene. It looks like Illinois State Police, multiple administrators, and RiverBender.com's reporters are there to make sure that we are informed in the best way possible. We'll keep you updated. There are multiple reports out right now. Until we get that official report from our news desk, we will issue that here in a couple of minutes. With that being said, we'll go right into the newscast here. An investigation is currently underway in an apparent officer-involved shooting near Liberty Street and 7th Street in Alton. A large police presence, including Illinois State Police, are involved in the investigation. The story currently developing. RiverBender.com currently on the scene, and we will provide more information as it rolls out. But just to repeat, breaking this morning, developing this morning, an investigation underway in an apparent officer-involved shooting near Liberty and 7th Street. And we'll keep you updated as more details do emerge. Our thoughts and prayers right now for everyone involved in this incident. Also in the news this morning, the Alton Police Department responded to a stabbing incident in the 2300th block of East Broadway last night. First responders found the victim, who required urgent medical care. An Arch medical helicopter landed in the Fast Eddie's Bon Air parking lot to transport the victim to a St. Louis area hospital for further treatment. Additionally, Fred's Towing removed a vehicle from the scene, but its involvement remains unclear. The investigation ongoing at this time, in the Alton Police Department has not released any further information yet, but we will keep you updated as those details do roll out. Also in the news today, in approximately 5:02 a.m. yesterday, Wednesday, August 21st, Madison County Sheriff's deputies did respond to an attempted vehicle theft on West Chain of Rocks Road. Upon arrival, deputies saw the stolen vehicle fleeing, which led to a brief vehicle pursuit. The chase ended near New Pogue Road and Old Alton Road, where the suspect abandoned the vehicle and fled on foot. A subsequent foot pursuit and coordinated search with surrounding police agencies ensued, but the suspect remains at large. Authorities have recovered the stolen vehicle and continue to investigate, urging anyone with information to come forward. Those are the big news stories of the day. The time is 9:07. We have a very busy show coming up today. We're going to be talking to the Mercenaries, a new rugby club here in Alton. We're also going to be talking to State Senator Erica Harris at 10:10. Then following that at 10:35, we talk to head coach for the Civic Memorial Boys soccer team, Tyler Lafferty, and we'll talk a little bit about Wood River Park and Recreation with Tyler as well. The big news story of the morning, as we just aired this show today. An investigation currently underway, major news stations in St. Louis on scene as well, and an apparent officer-involved shooting near Liberty and 7th Street in Alton. A large police presence, including Illinois State Police, are involved in this investigation. The story developing. RiverBender.com currently on the scene, and we'll provide more information as it becomes available. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with more after this on RiverBender.com and Roku TV.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NG. We got to come right back here. It's our daily show, and we have more information coming out from the Illinois State Police. One person was killed, and a police officer and police canine were injured in a shootout in Alton. The Illinois Police reported saying, we have this coming in from St. Louis media affiliates, RiverBender.com. We'll keep you up to date and in the know when it comes to this tragic situation as it unfolds this morning. Right now, we do have to go into our regularly scheduled programming. We talked to Alton Amphitheater Commission Chair Dan Herkert about the Food Truck Festival, the Jazz and Wine Festival that was coming up. We taped this yesterday before the news developed this morning, so you hear a little bit of the open, but it was taped yesterday. This is to promote the Food Truck Festival this Saturday, plus the Jazz and Wine Festival coming up in just a couple of weeks. So we'll take you there now. We'll come back with more developments in this breaking news this morning, plus more of our daily show after this. Truck Festival, a staple event in the 618. Dan Herkert, Commission Chair with the Alton Amphitheater Commission. How are we doing today?
Not too bad.
Well, this is always fun, man. Every time we get an opportunity to talk the Food Truck Festival, it's always great because, man, thousands of people are down there each and every year, and this weather on Saturday looks pretty good.
Knock on wood, this may be the best weather we've ever had for the what will be the 10th edition of the Food Truck Festival.
Well, and now there's a lot of food trucks, too. That's what I think's great, and just seeing the sights and sounds of it all, Sauce Magazine coming to be a part of it. You know, as an amphitheater commission chair, what's that mean to you to see all these pieces in action and just watching this develop?
Well, this event's always fun because it's a free event. People can roam the riverfront, get some food, hang out with their friends. People bring their own 10 by 10 tents, their lawn chairs. We always have great music. This year it's Rock Mafia. 17 trucks on the books right now with potential for more coming in over this week. So if the weather holds, we're going to have a really good day on Saturday.
What I think's great about getting into the Food Truck Festival is the journey itself, you know, because there's always one or two that, you know, limp along on the road or might get there, might not. But throughout the day, there's going to be so many opportunities to go ahead and, you know, patronize these folks and really just enjoy the day. Now, Rock Mafia, do they play right off the bat at 4?
Right off the bat at 4 o'clock. Then they'll play all the way until 8 o'clock when we're done. And then I encourage everybody to go right next door to the marina for their party, and they're going to have music as well that evening.
And, you know, with that, too, the marinas being right next door, do you guys kind of play off of it each and every year, correct?
This has worked out very well. When we first started this event, or when it first started, I wasn't on the commission at the time, but it's ended up falling on the day of the marina's anniversary party, and it works well. We have people from the marina that come over to the amphitheater, and then we encourage folks to go from the amphitheater over to the marina and see what a gem that is that Alton has to offer.
Well, and also a good opportunity just to walk around the amphitheater grounds, you know, and I mean, $0 to go into the Food Truck Festival. Now you got to use some cash to pay for the food, but just to walk around, get the sights and sounds, and be a part of it is something too.
Well, the full grounds are open for this event. People can stake out their spot, and we in 10 years we've started to see people just like the fireworks.
Yep.
They have their spots, and they get there early to claim their spots. And I always encourage folks to get there early, especially with the weather that we're going to have this year. Scope out the truck, see what you like, and get in line, because in past years, lines are growing because this is one of the most popular events we do each year.
I'm still waiting for the Fast Pass tickets, folks. I keep pushing for them. You know, as we're getting back in, just to follow up with what you just said about the table, just their spots. There was a lady last year that, I mean, it was her mission. That table was her family's table, and you hit it right on the head. Did you ever envision, or maybe the commission ever envision the food truck festival to come up to par almost with, not up to par, but in a realm to the fireworks on the Mississippi event?
We always knew it would be a good event, and to watch it grow over the years has been phenomenal. And there has been talk, and we've looked at ways how could we make it even bigger, and hopefully someday we will. I mean, that's always the goal, bigger and better. But as it stands now, our best year in 2019, it was estimated roughly 6,000 people came through the riverfront. Last year, even with bad weather, we had rain all day. We were holding out, and for some reason, the skies cleared. Well, it was cloudy, but the rain stopped. We still got the event in, and it was still estimated over 3,000 people came through, even with bad weather.
It's just incredible. I mean, it really is. And now the Sauce Magazine partnership, take me through that. Who approached who? Was that something that was already there?
That was facilitated initially, I believe, in Eventive's first year with the amphitheater back prior to my time on the commission. But it's been a great partnership for what would be the 11th. We lost 2020 to COVID, so this is our 10th edition. They organize it. They take a lot off our plate because they have the relationships with the trucks in the region, and we've pretty well tapped them out over the years. And that's been one of the conversations we've had. If we did try to go bigger, how far would we have to reach out to get more trucks in? Because, like I said, we pretty well tapped it out.
Well, and that's what I was wondering, too, is how many trucks are truly in the area, and especially now, do you guys worry about, or is this a sauce question about what type of food is there? I'm sure you don't want to have two, taco trucks right next to each other.
They do a really good job of making sure we have a very wide variety of options for folks. And when we do have there's two barbecue trucks on this year. They won't be right next to each other, so they're not competing, because we want people to walk around and look at everything, not just zero in on one or two things.
Well, and I also saw that for the folks that maybe just want to go and take a stroll, why don't you stop by one of the concession stands from the amphitheater and grab some nice cold drinks?
Well, the Amphitheater Commission will be selling both alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, wide variety. We still think we keep the price pretty in check compared to any other event you can go to.
You really do. I mean, all the way across the board, because it seems like with events, when you go and buy the ticket, you aren't just paying the ticket price there. You're going to be paying on top of that, probably double in some venues, but not at the amphitheater. It really is a nicely priced venue. And Dan, getting to Rock Mafia, what type of music are we going to be hearing from them?
They're predominantly a rock band, but they do weave in some blues and a little bit of country here and there, but they're overall a very high energy rock band, and we think they're going to be a great addition. We've always had good luck with the musical entertainment we've had, and it's become an integral part of the event, so we're looking forward to welcoming them to our riverfront.
I love it. Well, just looking at some of the names that are coming down to the amphitheater for the Food Truck Festival, some returning favorites, some that I haven't seen before but I'm eager to try. Fill me in on some that you'd like to give a shout out to.
Well, some of the returning favorites, I always give a shout out to a local truck, Pig on a Wing. Doughboys Wood-Fired Pizza's been here multiple times. Tuck Tuck Thai, I've noticed that has been a popular truck. Mr. Noodle is back this year, and Go Euro Goes. Those are some that have been here before that have become fan favorites. We do have a couple of barbecue trucks and a couple of new trucks.
Beastcraft Barbecue is awesome.
They've been here multiple times. They do a great job. I encourage folks to go to the amphitheater website and check out the full list.
Well, and honestly, it's more than worth it, and you can see that by going to AltonRiverfrontAmphitheater.com. Click on the Food Truck Festival page. You go right to it, and it gives you the full lineup, plus the opportunity that Dan just said that more might be on the horizon. Mm-hmm. What I think's really unique about this week is that you guys have a quick turnaround, because right after this week, it's let's shift gears and let's go into jazz and wine. How are we looking?
Jazz and Wine is shaping up. Knock on wood, the weather looks absolutely perfect for that event as well. We're really looking forward to having Jim Manley back on our stage on the 31st of August, the following weekend, along with Left of West and the Alton Jazz Confluence. Tickets are selling. I encourage people, go to metrotix.com. If you want to sit on that stage, get your ticket.
Well, and honestly, I mean, tickets are great. A four-top table, that's $100 for four. So if you have, maybe you're doing two couples, well, $50 a piece, or just get a two-top for $50, $10 for general admission, and then Brown Bag Bistro are coming back.
We're going to have charcuterie trays from Brown Bag Bistro. I believe they're going to be back as a vendor themselves. I haven't confirmed that with Lindsay just yet. She's still working on firming up the vendors, but we'll have similar vendors that we've had in the past, and we're going to have that wide variety of wines.
Well, and it seems like, too, you know, I mean, when you have Jim Manley coming in with over 10,000 nights of music, I mean, that's a pretty unheard of number. But you also have this way to diversify everything with Left of West that has this kind of funk rock jazz vibe. The Confluence Band is what I go for because those kids are talented.
They're going to be the stars that are going to headline this event somewhere down the road.
Well, and now that it's evolved to where it is, you know, take me through the preparations now. Are you guys pretty much set in stone from last year? Hey, we have this. It works. Let's keep this going.
Over the past 2 years with the Jazz Bistro style, setting up our own jazz club, outdoor jazz club on the stage, right around up close and personal with the musicians, we finally hit on something that we really think works, and we keep trying to find ways to add more tables.
I just love it. And, you know, take me through what the commissioners are chatting about now. You know, you got the Food Truck Festival, Jazz and Wine. What's some of their excitement?
Well, we're very excited about these two events, and then following that, we have the expo coming up to get ready for. But we just had a meeting Monday, I guess it was, our regular meeting, and we're already not only doing last-minute preparations for events this year, but looking forward to next year and already starting to talk about budget and what we think we can do and how we're going to reach out to sponsors. Because like I always say, every time I'm on, it all comes down to the money. So we're out there looking at ideas to raise more money so that we can do more on the riverfront.
Well, and it seems like the commission is fired up for next year, too. You know, that's wonderful.
It's great to see the enthusiasm from across the commission. I'm the one that sits here and does these interviews for some ungodly reason. but I give credit to all the commissioners. They put a lot of time in. We're all volunteers. Everybody is working their tails off. We want this to be as good as it can be, so we're going to keep chugging away, and we're going to start not only working on the events for this year, but looking toward next year.
It's wonderful. Completely wonderful. And as we're getting back, just touching base on food truck again, wrapping this up, what is your favorite food truck that's ever been down to the amphitheater, ever, of all the food truck festivals?
Well, I would be remiss if I didn't say Pig on a Wing is a personal favorite over the years, and they've been a great partner not only with this event, but in other events as well, and a partner we can call on last minute. But there was one called Frankly Sausages, I think, back in one of the very first years that we had. That was a St. Louis company. At one time, they had a brick and mortar store. I don't know if it still exists, but I was always very impressed with them. That was just a personal favorite. And Go Euro Go is always one of my favorites.
That's what I was getting ready to pick.
I know Soul Taco is a favorite of a lot of people. They're not on the list this year, unfortunately, but we hope to get them back in the future because they have been a fan favorite.
Well, and you know, what's some of your advice maybe for a couple that moved into town or someone who's never gone before of, you know, what time to get there? You know, food trucks sell out pretty quickly at this.
Well, we've gotten good enough now. They generally have enough food to last our crowd. But
cool.
They do generally sell out, but it's not until the very end. We haven't in the last few years had any that have run out early because most of them have been here at one time or another and have figured out the system, and they keep coming back because we do draw so many people to this event. So I encourage folks, you can get down there a little early, even though they won't start selling until 4, music won't start until 4, but if you want to get there and walk around and look at their menus, I would encourage you to do so.
Man, I can't wait, seriously. And honestly, what I didn't mean to scare you, by the way. You didn't mean to get there earlier. It's all over, you know. But as we're talking about just the food truck festival going into Jazz and Wine, what's that turnaround process look for you guys in Inventive? It's you know, obviously the stage isn't set up to the max, but you still have some tear down and transition.
Well, thankfully with food truck, there's not a lot of setup in and of itself other than putting out some tables and chairs and umbrellas and things like that. So really there's not a huge tear down from that event, which makes it a whole lot easier on all of us. And then the setup for Wine and Jazz will start next next week, I guess. We'll bring in the stage. That'll be set up. The tables will be set up that morning of the event. So really, the turnaround on these is actually pretty easy in the grand scheme of compared to a national event where there's a whole lot more moving parts.
100%. And Dan, just always like talking with you about these events. Some of my favorites. The Food Truck Festival is my favorite event, and then Jazz and Wine's become just a staple for so many. And actually, what I think's cool, and I don't know, you've definitely probably picking this up, is just the couples that have made this one of their date nights of the summer.
It has become an evening where people can go on a date. I like to say it's a very classy event. If people haven't been there, they don't realize you really can set up a jazz club outdoors on our stage.
Right. That's what blows my mind every time.
It is an intimate setting where you're up close and personal with the musicians.
And, I mean, we aren't talking just, any musician either. Jim Manley's one of the greatest in St. Louis. He's been on my music show in prior lives, and he's just wonderful. He's
a legend in St. Louis. He's a very good recording artist. He's known not only in this region, he's known across the country, but he is an absolute St. Louis legend.
CJ, how do you get tickets? Good question. You can go to metrotix.com for your Jazz and Wine tickets, or if you need more information, you go to altonriverfrontamphitheater.com. You can see the purchase tickets tab there. You'll click on that. It'll take you right to it. Or for more information on the Alton Food Truck Festival, you can go to that same website, altonriverfrontamphitheater.com. Dan Herkert, anything else I'm forgetting?
That's it. I just hope to see everybody out on Saturday having a good time.
We'll be there, and I'll see you there too. We'll be live on hand for the Food Truck Festival and for more in the Riverbend that Saturday night. But for right now, go to altonriverfrontamphitheater.com and stick around with me because we'll be right back after this.
Macias and
We're coming right back with breaking news and more details on this officer-involved shooting in Alton. It is confirmed. ISP, Illinois State Police, have confirmed an officer-involved shooting in Alton. An investigation is underway in that officer-involved shooting that occurred near Liberty and 6th Street in Alton. A large police presence, including ISP, are involved in this investigation. Here's what we know. At approximately 6:05 a.m. this morning, the Alton Police Department requested assistance in an officer-involved shooting investigation. Preliminary reports show that officers from Alton Police Department engaged in gunfire with the suspect in the 700th block of East 6th Street in Alton. The suspect was transported to an area hospital and pronounced deceased. One officer from Alton Police Department was struck and transported to an area hospital. No information about the officer's condition is available at this time. A canine was also struck and is receiving care at a local veterinarian hospital for critical injuries. This is a developing story. More details will roll out throughout the morning, but that is our update right now at 9:25. We'll take a quick break. More of our daily show continues next, right after this, on RiverBender.com and on Roku TV.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit altontoyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was going to make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Welcome back. The time is 9:27 on this Thursday morning. It's the 22nd day of August, and we're back to our daily show here with Keegan, Charlie, and the Mercenaries Rugby. Is it a club or team? Okay, good, because I was nervous when I just saw that on the screen. I'm like, damn, I typed something in wrong. So how did this all come about?
So back in 2014, our team restarted. The original team is from the 80s, and it went through the early 2000s. Disbanded in the early 2000s. In 2014, our team got brought back up, and it was brought back by previous players and their children. Actually came together and made their team.
My dad was on the team for a little while.
So we've been active since 2014 now.
Well, and now you guys are at Northside, right? Doing your games and...
not the games,
St.
just
Louis.
practice.
Oh, okay.
So like we're on Northside Park in Alton, but normally we play our games in St. Louis. And normally like when we play our home games, it's on Glazebrook Park. You know, we play it in there. So
gotcha. So you're
in
over
Godfrey.
Yeah.
So like we practice, our games in Godfrey, but we practice I guess in Northside, Northside Park, which is in Alton, but it's kind of like the middle area.
Right next to my house.
Alton and Godfrey.
Yeah, right next to me. Well, and now take me through the league as a whole. What are some of the sights and sounds of it? Because when I think of rugby, I think that a little ass like me is going to get killed within about 2 minutes. That's what they all say.
If I can play, you can play.
That's what they all say until Allstate calls me and says my life insurance is null and void, Yeah. But you do well in it?
Well, I'm like the smallest guy on my team, but like we do well. Like I ask questions that's why my nickname's Q, because I ask like tons of crazy questions like people get sick of it. But like I'm like 160 pounds, like 5'9", but even though I get I'm really suck at tackling, so I've been really improving and working on that. And from the beginning, like my first year of adult rugby playing on the Mercenaries was last year, and until now, the club and the team has really helped me improve my rugby skills. And
that's cool.
So
that's really cool.
With Mercenaries, we accept 18 plus. As far as unfortunately, you have to be an adult, and all experience, no experience required whatsoever.
Yeah. Just show up.
With that, it's a we have coaching and training staff that consists of former college players,
wrestlers,
former college wrestlers, former
football players,
longtime players, and
D1,
then
D2, D1, D2,
USA Rugby certified officials. We play in the Mid-America Rugby Union as a D3 team, so that means that we are the lowest level that still has an opportunity to go towards a national championship. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
We have
we're not the best.
We have the opportunity to go to a super regional if we do well within the season and win out in the union championship. Then we go to a super regional, and then after that it continues on to the national. With that, there's always always the fear of, well, how do I afford that? I can't afford to travel and leave for that. The nice thing is the Mid-America Rugby Union and USA Rugby both do support that. And then we are a 501c3 organization, so we always accept donations. That helps us. A lot of times we use that for help to get new uniforms, which we are actually in the current process of looking to get new uniforms, as well as different things. How equipment to set up our fields and just general training for our staff, and as well as tournament entry and such, so that we can spread out across the Midwest, I should say.
I think this is really cool because just hearing going back to that D3 division you guys are in, I think that's perfect for this area because I'm sure rugby's still a little bit newer for some folks, and it's kind of intimidating when you go over to St. Louis and watch those guys practice. Okay, like we've all seen the meatheads, and I don't know if that's D1, but what they're
D1
on
definitely.
would make Brock Lesnar's head explode. That's jet fuel. That ain't steroids, and it's not. But these guys are monsters. So whenever we know that we can go to a welcoming spot to learn a new sport, because hell, I've never played rugby before. I'm a soccer player, so it's not going to last long. You know what I'm saying? But I can learn, and it's nice to know that you guys are willing to help people get better, just like you did, man.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, you say you're a soccer player. I mean, I don't care what sport you've played; it transitions into rugby.
Does it really?
In some way or another. You have soccer. You're good at speed. You're good at kicking. Well,
Endurance.
those are three great things that transition to rugby. Football players, you have the people who can take a hit, people who give a hit. Even
wrestlers, grappling, bringing people down to the ground, rucking over, scrums.
So I've seen that, okay, especially in the Australian Rugby League. Those guys should be signed by WWE. I mean, we're seeing damn near suplexes and spine busters out there on that field.
And it's funny you say that because the rules and regulations within rugby, as they call them, the laws, it makes rugby safer than football.
That is true. That is true.
Can we expand on that? And why so?
Of course.
So like just my experience. I've been playing rugby for over 10 years now.
Okay.
Started when I was young. I never had an injury, not once. I did got some Charlie horses, but I never broke a bone. I never really experienced some traumatic, injuries of sorts. Now it's different from people like my friend Maurice. He broke his eye socket during a game. He got kneed right in the face. But he plays a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more hard. It's about picking your moments. But, I guess, the tackling rules and how rugby is set up, is aiming below. Like in football, there's high tackles and all that type. Really, you tackle, you just bring the guy to the ground, essentially.
Right.
As long as you don't grab as long as you don't do a horse collar or grab him by the face mask, you're good.
Right.
In rugby, it's like from the chest down.
Chest down.
Only.
Yeah.
Anything above is illegal and causes
And you can get kicked out of the game. The whole it's called a red card. They take that so
soccer.
seriously. And if you hit above here, they'll put a red card on you and you're out of the game.
Now, do you go down? Does your team go down the player too? Do you lose out on that position?
Exactly like
wonderful.
Soccer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
it's
honestly,
really strict.
In the time that I've played for several years myself, and in the men's league, and at the end of the day, everybody knows we're D3, and everybody knows that, and everybody knows that while we're playing matches on Saturday. Everybody knows on Monday we all have to go back to work, so nobody's looking to hurt anybody.
Yeah, we're just having fun and getting exercise in. Yeah.
Versus some of the football clubs in the area that it almost seems like they're trying to go pro.
Yeah.
We all understand that none of us are pro. This is a passion, not a profession.
Fun. Yeah. And someone like the D1, D2 rugby clubs, like Bombers, for example, great team. I have some.
Right.
I know some I have some friends on the Bombers, and they're great athletes, stellar athletes. But they take that stuff seriously. It's almost like a job to them. They actually won the national championship for club rugby last year. So luckily we're in we're a D3 club, so we want to be competitive, but we all know this is mostly for fun and exercise, and it's a passion to play rugby.
Well, let me ask
around this area.
Right. Well, let me ask you both this because we're gonna take a break and we'll come back. I got to pay a bill. But what is what's the best part about being a part of the Mercenaries? Is it the camaraderie? Is it actually going out on the field? I'll ask both of you the question.
Go ahead.
So, for me personally, it's the camaraderie because I played football in high school and I enjoyed it, but it wasn't really camaraderie. More like it was mostly everybody for themselves and everyone wants to start. There wasn't really that team building bond there. But with rugby, you know, it's so funny. We all have our nicknames. We all like go on each other. Most times on me, you know. But I'm the butt of the joke. But you know, we all hang out after I go rugby clubs. We have a thing called a social, and we go to like a bar. I can't go to the bar, but we go to the bar. We go to the bar. We drink. We eat. You know, it's a good time. And
it really is a family.
It's a
family-oriented event.
thing, yeah.
Really cool.
I'll say my favorite part is just the whole rugby experience.
Yeah.
As far as that goes, you know, you're talking everything from, as he said, the camaraderie, the social afterwards. We with Mercenaries have done all kinds of great things from supporting each other. We had a player who recently had a child who was very sick, and everybody, I mean, without hesitation, everybody stepped up to help that player, his
Really
family,
cool.
and that child.
I was praying fast.
We had a couple years ago, we had another player who was having some troubles, and we helped him get a service dog.
Yeah.
We've helped individuals, you know, it becomes almost a family.
It is.
You know, we've helped individuals get jobs and promotions and help write resumes because we come from all walks of life. I mean, we have everyone from union individuals to teachers to people who have degrees, and you know, we have people who have master's degrees and people who have, you know, no degree but have worked
pretty much
everywhere, you know. So it is a huge undertaking, but it is a family. I got married recently, and my entire side was rugby.
That's cool.
I wasn't there, but yeah.
So it.
Why wasn't he there?
He's under 21.
Oh, okay. I was just trying. I thought there was a rip going. Well, hey, why don't we do? We got to take a quick pause. I got to take a break. Before we do that, let me fill you in on Village Dispensary, one of my supporters of this show. At Village Dispensary, it's all things green all the time. They got a stash and inventory that make Cheech, Chong, Snoop Dogg, Harold, and Kumar jealous. You know, it's like Weedtopia over there. What I think's great about Village Dispensary is that the fact that if you go in, we've all been to Casey's with that idiot that gets $400 worth of lottery tickets, and they're all losers. We're sitting there for 4 hours. Not at Village Dispensary. If you don't know what you're wanting for cannabis, they have an educational area. So they'll pull you to the side. They'll figure out what works best for you, and they can keep all of us that know what we want in and out faster than you can say up and smoke. You can go to villagedispo.com right now and find their amazing selection of tinctures, topicals, edibles, bud, concentrates, my dab pen, the Arrow. You can get 25% off pretty much once a week, and every day special. Go to villagedispo.com right now to place your order, and don't forget to tell them that CJ sent you over their way, because it's a joint effort. Hey, before we take a quick break, just a little bit of an update again on this very tragic breaking news this morning. An investigation is underway in this officer-involved shooting near Liberty and 6th Street. There was a large police presence, including Illinois State Police. They've been involved in this investigation. It happened at approximately 6:05 a.m. when the Alton Police Department requested assistance in an officer-involved shooting investigation. Preliminary reports show that officers from Alton Police Department did engage in gunfire with the suspect in the 700th block of East 6th Street. The suspect transported to an area hospital and pronounced deceased at the hospital. One officer from the Alton Police Department was struck and transported to an area hospital. No information yet on the officer's condition, but we will keep you updated. A K-9 was also struck and is receiving care at a local veterinary hospital for critical injuries. This story developing, but RiverBender.com will keep you up to date on all the details as they roll out. At 9:39, a little bit of change. More of our daily show after this on RiverBender.com.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team. We've got a showing.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
A little bit of ELO, a lot of the Mercenaries Rugby Club. Did I spell rugby right? I feel like did I? I don't know. It's like one of those weird things, like they and their, or like the two theirs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I get it. And it's not a word you're looking at often.
It's not. It should be though, because you guys are going to learn about the Mercenaries Rugby Club. So when do you guys practice?
So our practices are Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. They're at North Park on Rosier Street here in Alton.
Northside Park, yeah.
And we're currently scheduled to participate in a tournament on September 7th, and then. After that, we have 5 more matches that are scheduled on Saturdays through the end of September throughout October, and then we'll pick up again in the spring. The fun thing about rugby is there's a fall, a spring, and a summer session. With Mercenaries Rugby, we want players that are going to be there for all 3, but we understand that at the end of the day, we do all have to work. And everybody has to make a living.
Right.
I unfortunately can't take rugby as a full-time job.
Who could though? I mean,
there are people.
Are there really?
Yeah.
Oh, good for them.
We're lucky enough that we are actually in a very interesting area. Lindenwood University is actually one of the top rugby programs in the country.
Yeah.
Principia's got a good program?
Principia's got a fantastic program as well.
Whoa, I would have never thought that.
A couple years ago, they won the D2 championship for rugby in the country.
Oh my!
And then they moved up to D1.
Good for them.
Well, they recruit people from out of the country.
Okay. Oh, I got you. Okay. So they're pretty advanced.
To use a rugby term, we call them funny talkers. They bring in the funny talkers. It's a term of endearment, of course.
Okay.
That is not in any way a negative thing.
Okay. Just
derogative
good
whatsoever.
Follow-up. Good follow-up.
I want to make sure that I use that.
I don't need to be canceled here.
No, I don't want you canceled whatsoever. No, they are. They are great. So they get a lot of like individuals from South Africa and
those guys
Croatia.
can.
And that's
that a Croatia player actually showed up to our practice. couple weeks ago.
Really?
Plays at Prin.
What does that mean for you guys, though, when you can start evolving that?
Big dude.
And what happens if all of a sudden some Principia guys go, well, hell, man, let's go have some fun with the Mercenaries?
Unfortunately, due to how regulations and they are not allowed to play across. They can choose one or the other. So if somebody from Principia is to stay in the area, more than welcome after they graduate, they can come over.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I would hate for them to lose something from their school in order to come play with us. Not that I wouldn't ever want them on my team. They're fantastic athletes. I love seeing them. But I also understand, like I said, that I'd much rather see them succeed on
It's an eligibility thing,
yes,
yeah.
It's an eligibility thing. And that's with USA Rugby. That's a whole ordeal there. So, we have to find sources elsewhere, correct? Right? And, we have Lindenwood, who has a fantastic program, who has multiple sides, more than just
A, B, C, D, probably E side.
So they have multiple sides, lots of players who join many of the local rugby teams. We have in D3, we have 7 local D3 teams that range from right here in St. Louis to out in Columbia to down in Springfield, Missouri. Yeah, that are all D3. And that's one of the nice things about how our league works with being on where we're located. All of our playing is in the greater St. Louis area with one travel game to either Columbia or Springfield, Missouri.
Well, that's a nice travel.
I guess Carlinville. I guess that's when we meet halfway. So
But
that we
that's
did
all
last
for
year.
league play. We do offer, obviously, we play out of league opportunities. Springfield, Illinois has a team.
Yeah.
The Springfield Celts. And we'll travel to them or they'll travel to us. Peoria has a team, the Peoria Piggies. And again, we'll travel to them or they'll travel to us. There are teams elsewhere that we travel to for tournaments. A couple years ago, we went to Louisville.
Who has the best facility? Because I could only imagine some of the character in some of the. Does some of the fields have character? Or are they all beautiful?
Our field definitely has character because our lines were all marked and everything. Got 2 plastic poles, put them up for our field goal posts and all that.
Cool, man. I like that. That's fun.
We have to innovate. We're very intuitive.
But you got to be when you're starting out. You can't expect the world. It develops into that stuff.
Of course.
Yeah, cool.
And one of the things that you find with rugby is it's fun to play on a new field. Most ruggers love to play on a new pitch.
Ruggers?
Rugby players. Ruggers.
I love that term. That's cool.
Yeah.
So I got a question, and I'm being I have a bug up me today. I'm full of energy, and we're getting stuff done. But let's just say this. What happens if maybe an older person says, why don't we provide you with 2 rugby field goals on Northside Park? Would that help you? Because it's an open field.
Well, we only got one light.
We do have an issue at Northside Park, unfortunately. They do have a light pole in the middle of the field.
Oh, that's right, because that's where center field was. Well, that's where the baseball field was, and the light overtook center field.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Now, we were trying to go out to Gordon Moore, and that was where we planned to go.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, everyone knows the situation out there. But that's where we were originally looking to go and play at one of their football fields.
a couple years ago. There. Yeah.
We do have the
got knocked out.
We do have the disadvantage that you find that a rugby pitch is larger than a soccer pitch.
Yeah.
It's larger than a football.
How big
field.
is it?
It's 100 meters.
Oh,
it's bigger than a football field.
Yeah.
It's like a soccer field. It's literally a soccer field with 2 field posts on either end.
Well, soccer, I thought that's 100 yards too, or isn't soccer?
So we have the 100 meters, but then we also have an additional 10 meters.
That's
on each
what
end.
I was.
That is our tri zone.
Yeah. What's a tri zone? Because I see this all the time.
That's your score. That's your touchdown, if you will.
Okay.
That is the area that you're going to, you want to get to, and unlike football, rugby, you have to put the ball on the ground.
That's why it's called a touchdown.
That's why. Versus just stepping into the zone.
Yeah.
So you have to put the ball.
You have to control the ball to the ground.
It
if
adds
you don't,
a different element.
Can you educate me here? What are the point scales? Because I see some people kick field goals.
Yeah.
How many points is it? How do you kick a field goal? Do you opt for that? I'm not being funny. I truly don't know.
You got to actually drop the ball on the ground and then kick it afterwards. It's called a drop kick. And if you're doing that, in just regular play, go through the goal post, you get like 3 points.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wonderful.
So just like football, there is a conversion after a try.
Okay.
In which you get to kick. Now, unlike football, you don't get to kick from the most ideal situation right in front. You have to go from a spot based on where you touch it down. That's why you see a lot of rugby players, when they score, they try to get as close to the goalposts as they can, because then they're more centered on that kick for the conversion.
Totally gotcha. See, they make it easy for football players. You know, it's just so light for them, you know?
Yeah.
I'm going to get my butt kicked right when I leave the studio today. I got a lot of football players.
It's all right. I'm sure we'll get a hold of some of the rugby players to help you out.
Well, you know, let me ask you this, because we've been talking for 30 minutes already.
Sure.
How do we sign up? How do we get involved in this? When do you meet? Let's go through all the FAQs, and we can add that to our article and get some folks out there.
Absolutely. We have Facebook. It's Mercenaries Rugby. We also have Instagram, which is Metro East Rugby Club, which is actually how we got our names. Mercenaries, Merc, Metro East Rugby Club.
Cool.
That's how we got our name originally. We also, you can just show up to practice. That's
also
perfectly acceptable. You can show up to practice on Tuesdays or Thursdays at 6 p.m. at Northside Park here in Alton.
Bring your friends.
And we also have contacts of the team captain and myself. I am our registered head coach because I've got a certification from USA Rugby that allows me to be a head coach. We also have like I said, we have several individuals in our coaching and training staff who are there to lead us on to be more successful at the end. And we can provide that information for those contacts as well.
Absolutely. Well, Charlie Keegan, fun talking to you. You're welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
And we'll make sure to link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com. Before we take a quick pause, let me fill you in on Sparks Junk Removal and Hauling, another friend of the show that keeps us alive and breathing. You know, at Sparks Junk Removal and Hauling for 30 years, Denise was the queen of junk. She'd go in to do demos on rental properties. If your hot tub was falling apart in your yard, your neighbors reporting you to the city, she got it out of there. Now she's doing trash service because a lot of people aren't the happiest with their current options. So she decided after 30 years to make the change in those purple, yellow trash cans popping up there mating like bunny rabbits all across Madison County. You can be a part of the craze too by going to sparksjunkremoval.net. Click on the weekly trash service tab. You fill out your information. The Queen of Junk's calling you, and you're starting your journey with the Queen of Junk and now the Queen of Trash right now today. You got to go to sparksjunkremoval.net and reclaim that space today.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey, Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team. We've got showing.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. prices you can trust, and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Everybody got somebody to lean on. Put your body next to mine.
9:56. Welcome back to Our Daily Show on this different Thursday morning. You know, I just want to give a big shout out, if I could, to how hard the news team worked today. And I just wanted to reiterate something. You know, in moments of darkness, our Riverbend region rallies together time after time, and I know that we'll do it again. Our hearts are heavier this morning, and so many of you weighing in, and our thoughts and prayers at RiverBender.com are with the Alton Police Department as they navigate this very difficult process, as they're waiting as we're waiting more details on how the officer is doing. But just to see the crew in action today, and we really do try our best to keep you up to date and in the know, especially on something that's so heartbreaking and tragic as this. Our police department's wonderful, and they do so much to keep us safe. Our thoughts and prayers at RiverBender.com are with Alton Police Department this morning. As we have been reporting all morning long, RiverBender.com was on the scene this morning for hours today, and an investigation currently underway in that officer-involved shooting. All we know right now is that a large police presence, including Illinois State Police, are involved in this investigation. At approximately 6:05 this morning, APD requested assistance in this officer-involved shooting investigation. Preliminary reports now show that officers from the Alton Police Department engaged in gunfire with the suspect in that 700th block of East 6th Street in Alton. The suspect transported to an area hospital, pronounced deceased at the hospital. One officer from Alton Police Department was struck and transported to an area hospital. No information about the officer's condition is available at this time. A canine officer was struck and is receiving care at an area veterinary hospital for very critical injuries. The story developing. RiverBender.com will keep you updated all morning long and all throughout the week as we get more details. But our thoughts and prayers and just our support to the officer, the Alton Police Department as a whole, the family, and everybody that has been a part of this very tragic scene. We'll take a quick pause here at 9:58. We'll come back with top of the hour news. State Senator Erica Harris joins us at 10:10. Then the head coach for CM Soccer, and with Wood River Park and Recreation, Tyler Lafferty. He joins us at 10:35. This is Our Daily Show. I'm CJ Nasello, and we'll be back with top of the hour news after this on Riverbender.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team. We've got showing.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back, 10:02. I love that song. Welcome back to Our Daily Show, top of the hour news on this Thursday morning. We'll start off with developing news this morning. The Calhoun County Sheriff's Office on Thursday released the name of the drowning victim at the Campsville boat launch at 7:11 a.m. on August the 19th. The Calhoun County Sheriff's Office was notified by West Central 911 dispatch that a man had entered the Illinois River at the Campsville boat launch to retrieve his boat and had gone under the water and not resurfaced. Subsequent to an investigation and search efforts, Roger M. Hatcher, 89 years of age, of Pearl, was located and found to be deceased. First responders from the following agencies responded to the emergency or were present to assist during this incident: Calhoun Volunteer EMS, the North Calhoun Fire Department, the Morgan County Dive Team, Illinois Conservation Police, Calhoun County Sheriff's Office, Greene County Sheriff's Office, Pike County Sheriff's Department, and the Calhoun County Emergency Services Disaster Agency. A deputy sheriff from Greene County Sheriff's Office arrived first on scene and was later assisted by the aforementioned officials. A witness advised law enforcement personnel that he and the deceased were attempting to launch their boat from the Campsville boat ramp when the rope they were tying their boat down with snapped, sending the boat into the river. The witness stated that Hatcher entered the Illinois River in an attempt to retrieve the boat and had gone under the water. The Illinois Conservation Police, as well as the North Calhoun Fire Department, arrived and deployed boats into the river to begin their searches. Shortly thereafter, the Morgan County Dive Team arrived and also put a sonar boat into the water. Calhoun County Volunteer EMS was on scene and remained at the scene throughout their efforts. Emergency efforts were coordinated by the Calhoun County Emergency Services Disaster Agency. Search efforts continued through the entirety of the day, which involved dive teams entering the water. Also in the news this morning, the Alton police responded to a stabbing incident in the 2300th block of East Broadway last night. First responders found the victim, who required urgent medical care. An Arch medical helicopter, landed in the Fast Eddie's Bon Air parking lot to transport the victim to a St. Louis area hospital for further treatment. Additionally, Fred's Towing removed a vehicle from the scene, but its involvement remains unclear at this time. The investigation is ongoing, and the Alton Police Department has not released any more information yet. However, once they do, we will keep you informed as always. Also, in the news today, Jerseyville Nursing and Rehab Center has been cited with the most severe violation of the Nursing Home Care Act after the conditions at the facility led to the deaths of 5 residents. Here's what we know. Located at 1001 South State Street in Jerseyville, the center was one of 5 Illinois facilities to receive an AA violation in the second quarter of 2024 and faces a fine of $77,200. The Illinois Department of Public public health report highlighted multiple incidents, including residents repeatedly falling and developing pressure ulcers. The report also reveals failures in COVID-19 management, resulting in 23 residents contracting the virus, resulting in 5 deaths. The facility declined to comment on the citation. We'll have more for you here in a couple of minutes. That's a look at what's happening around the Riverbend. More of our daily show next.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team. We've got showing.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Come Monday, it'll be alright. Come Monday, I'll be holding you tight. I spent 4 lonely days in the brown LA haze, and I just want you back by my side.
We're going to come back on here. Didn't want to hot mic anyone. 10:09, we were just talking about our love affair. You know, Jennifer Blum's wonderful.
Favorite, for sure.
You know, this is really fun and exciting for me. This is the first time you've been in studio, State Senator Erica Harris from the 56th District, and you've had a pretty busy year.
It's been a crazy 2 years, to be honest.
Well, that's true,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah, and then the year campaigning before that was pretty nonstop, too. So fun.
Well, you know, one thing that I wanted to talk about right off the bat is we've had Rusty Weed in here for every month, it seems like multiple times a month, because of the litter issues that he was trying to help combat and help kind of raise awareness for. And he was telling us about some of the work that you two have done together right off the bat. Do you care to fill us in on that?
Sure. Well, he's apparently done a good job, right? Because his name is synonymous, I think, with that topic around our community. But it's really neat when you see someone in the community that just has a spirit of caring like that and really wanting to do something about it. I would love to not have to legislate anything surrounding trash and people to just do the right thing and not throw things out the window and that kind of thing. But Rusty is actually a really good example of how I think a representative should work with constituents. He came to me with this issue about trash in our community, and he approached Representative Ellick as well. And we sat down, listened to him, shared his concerns, frankly, because I think that anyone who drives across the river into the community sees some of the trash on the side of the road and says, "What's going on with this?"
Well, and that's what I think. It was just so important because I get it, and Rusty said it time and time again. It's let's use our resources for more important topics. And because you have crime and, all this other things, that economy is something that's on the forefront of everyone's mind right now, grocery prices. But then you got to take time to work on, something like you said, that we could all just play our part and not have to do it,
Yeah, that's kind of the exciting thing about this job, though, is we wear so many hats and so many different genres and topics that really I kind of view it as like we're helpers. So what are the issues in our community and what can we do to help those? And if it can be non-legislatively, fantastic. But, sometimes that doesn't always work that way. And so we did sit down with Rusty and go, okay, how can we make this problem better? And some bills came out of that.
Absolutely. And, let's just follow up on that, too, because not a lot of people, I don't think, are aware of the roles of our elected officials. And it's not a derogatory thing. It's just we just aren't really informed on the tasks that are at hand. What are some of your day-to-day? What do they look like, when it comes to communicating with constituents and also making sure their voice is heard along the lines of following, what you're trying to do with policy, with your platform? Can you fill me in on that?
Absolutely. So typically, a year would look like January, our session would start, which would mean we would be in session in Springfield. And that's where we're going to have bills are introduced, committees are going to meet and hopefully hash those out a little more, fine-tune some of those ideas. And if those pass committee, we then see them in our full session, right? And they pass the Senate, the House, and then go on to the governor. So that typically is January through May. People ask all the time, well, there's so much happening. How do I keep up? How do I know what's going on? In a typical session each year, about 4,000 bills are submitted. Of those, many of them go nowhere, right? So I think this year there was 600 and some that actually moved ahead and passed. And of those 600, 200 to 300 of them were all within the last 2 weeks of session.
Wow.
So the very end of May. May is definitely the time if anyone at home is going, how do I keep up? Just pay attention in May. That is when everything is happening.
A good point. And that's a pretty staggering number if you compare it to our United States Congress and the bills that they've passed. I mean, if you really break down the total number in that legislative, that cycle. And are you proud of the work so far that you and your constituents on, and it seems like with you and Representative Ellick too, both sides of the aisle, you guys work very well on helping get this, getting policy across the finish line.
We do. It's, we're in different chambers, obviously.
Right.
So we've had, she'll carry things in the House, I'll carry things in the Senate to try and get them across the finish line and advocate for those things. We do work very closely together when people come to us with issues. Locally, a lot of times it helps to partner. So,
lost my pen.
I can probably help you out here. So,
that's what I think so important too, because obviously the Democrats control the state of Illinois. That's not a breaking news headline, but you still have to work together to get the job done. You can't just sit there, put your foot in the sand, and start yelling on social media. And how important is it for you with your constituents whenever you're having these conversations to talk about the dialogue that you're having? And it's not the same as this federal conversation that's happening right now, that you guys truly do want to work across the finish line to get this done for your district.
Absolutely. So the 56th Senate District, which is our district, has a Democrat representative and a Republican representative in it. And so obviously to get things done in our community, I need to work with both both of them. I'm super proud. I was just found out last week or the week before, the Illinois Chamber of Commerce named me Freshman of the Year. So, and one of the parts of how they judge that is people who are able to work across the aisle to get things done. So that was a very unexpected award, but I was very proud of it because that is something that I think, a lot of times, especially local issues, absolutely transcend political lines, and let's just work together to get things done.
Well, when I did a political show in St. Louis for, a couple of years, that was kind of the most eye-opening part because we did state issues, and it's like, we all agree on some of the end games. It's just how do we get there?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now, what's some of the challenges that go into, getting legislation across the finish line that you've been able to work on? Because we see the press release and we see the final result, but we don't realize that you have the helmet on with your team and you're getting some work done.
Right. So I think it's bringing parties to the table, and if something in that bill, say, doesn't work with you, well, what's a win for you?
Yeah.
So here's our ultimate goal, but here's how I think we should get here. Here's how you think we should get here. How can we marry those to be a win for everyone? It's not always the case, but I think that's the ultimate goal. And if you bring people to the table, a good example is I had 2 bills that have to do with AEDs and AED usage in schools.
Very important, by the way.
Absolutely life-saving.
Yes,
life-saving. We had I had a local family that had come to me about this issue. Cardiac issues are kind of personal to my family as well. And, just hearing the stories of all these students, we often think of older people as having cardiac issues, but students who are having these issues at school, not just doing sports, too, right? And if they can have an AED on them in 3 minutes, their survival rate is up like 90-some%. So it's so impactful. And so I worked with this local family and the American Heart Association, right? But this was going to impact schools. So we also brought on board the Principals Association and the teachers and said, okay, here's our end goal. We don't want to make your job more complicated. We know that you're already doing a lot during a school day to try and pack it all in. So, that was an example of, hey, here's the people this is going to impact and who are going to have to implement this. How does this work for everyone?
Well, and I wanted to talk about that too because we have OSF on the show a lot, and we talk about specific topics when it comes to teenagers and youth and mental health and also just health in general. And when I saw the stroke rate on young people right now because of energy drinks, because of vaping, that's a big issue. And I just quit vaping a couple of weeks ago, and it's been tough. 3 weeks, almost 4. But you don't realize those effects. And have you had conversations with principals or maybe other other educators? And I'm putting you on the spot here. We don't have prepared questions about maybe how we can combat some of this youth and this vaping crisis is what it is, because we don't know what's in these vaping products.
Ooh, that is fair. There have been several bills that have been proposed about that. I actually had proposed one as well. I don't know if you'd seen that. Some of these products are made to look like school supplies and that kind of thing. So I did have something out there on that. That is a bill that did not move forward. So we'll keep visiting it because it's remains a problem.
Well, do you have a moment to stick around if that's okay?
Absolutely.
I got to pay a quick bill.
Of course.
And for all the folks that are waiting for more developments on this very tragic news story this morning, I have seen the text line. I get your comments, and we are working very hard for more details on this officer-involved shooting. RiverBender.com extends their thoughts and prayers, and we'll take a quick break, but just know that we are working hard on that story. We'll come back with more with State Senator Erica Harris right after this on RiverBender.com. Get over here in Roku TV.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Dibs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit villagedispo.com and shop now.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back. 10:22 is the time on this 22nd day of August. CJ Nasello here with State Senator Erica Harris from the 56th District here in Illinois. And, Senator Harris, it's been a very, very busy morning here in downtown Alton. And so many thoughts are being now issued here from local officials. And I wanted to give you the opportunity, if you could, to reflect on the officer-involved shooting this morning in Alton today.
Sure. So, like many of you, I woke up to that super sad news. My heart goes out to not just the officer, but all of the first responders and their families. One can't help when something like this comes out just to be kind of heartbroken. So prayers are with them. I thank them for all that they do in keeping our community safe and protecting us. And just my heart goes out to them, kind of waiting like the rest of everyone to get all the details. Yes.
Well, and seriously, thank you for that, because we don't get very many of these stories, but our region, and you've known this from being the state senator of the 56th district, we really do rally around each other and lift us up in moments of darkness, and I think we're going to see that again.
Absolutely.
Well, getting back to just the job that you're doing overall, what I think that you do very well is you're very available, and I'm not I'm not a stalker or anything, but I'm right up here on on Bell Street. And I see you, every once in a while you'll pop into local restaurants. You're making sure you're out in the community. And right now, we were talking during the commercial break, this is kind of where you're gathering your info,
Absolutely.
How important is it to truly be available for your district, and how many constituents do you serve?
Sure. So there's about 87,000 households, about 200,000 people.
Wow.
So districts are by people, right? So our district, I feel very fortunate. I can drive from side to side in our district pretty quickly. I mean, within about
That's
45
cool.
minutes.
Wow.
It is great. So when you say, you see me around, thank you. I look at that as a huge compliment. I think that's part of the job.
Totally. Yeah, it is.
And it's a luxury I have that not all senators have, because some people have 13 counties and side to side is maybe 3 hours. So they can't get around quite as accessible because it's just more rural, right? Because it's people-based. So being a little more suburban, we have a little bit tighter, smaller district. And like you said, we have such a great community feel. We aren't just all these separate communities. I think the Metro East does a really great job as a region of just trying to lift one another up.
That's a good point, too, because I've always said, when I was in Austin doing pro wrestling and all this other stuff I always said that Madison County was unique, because really Madison County, to me, is the town, and then the townships are just neighborhoods of the big town, and we really, because of just the way we gel, we work together, in different municipalities pass legislation to kind of help or go correspond with each other, too, I've noticed. And, as we're getting into the ways that we can reach out to you, you're always having mobile office hours, I see. I've seen a couple of opportunities just here at Hainer and different places. Are there any more coming down the pipeline? How do we reach out to you if something's kind of bothering us? And what's the proper way to do it, too?
Absolutely. So our website is senatorericaharris.com. very notable. My last name is Harriss.
I asked again just for confirmation.
So that's sometimes people will say, I sent you an email, and I'm like, we have no record of this, and they've misspelled the last name. So that's something to be aware of. But you can reach us through that website, send an email, you can call us. You had asked me earlier about legislation. Most of my legislative ideas have come from people in the community that are just living and doing their jobs and said, here's an issue, how can we fix this? And we sit down and talk about that. So I mentioned we were in Springfield January through May. This summer I've been mostly home, there every once in a while for a meeting or two, but mostly home and trying just to really lean into, like you said, meeting local business owners and just seeing what needs we have in our community. We get calls all the time. Sometimes they're local issues, and if we are familiar with all of our local representatives, then we can refer them where they need to go, and we work very well with our federal representatives as well.
Yep.
Government, as you know, can be super big and super confusing to people, and we want to make that easier.
Let's follow up on that, because I think sometimes we get in this mindset, and just from my experience, we all think everything's done at a national level, you know, where we think that we're supposed to have this soapbox and, you know, and not necessarily insult, but take shots and really stand on our own and get the other side to just cave into us.
Yeah.
How important is that 60-40 mentality of working together? Because sometimes, and I don't know how you feel on this, obviously, but to me, I've always learned that, you know, I've always been told that government's about this 60-40 balance. Sometimes you get what you need in that bill, and sometimes you might not, but it will swing back and forth. Do you kind of agree with that, or am I off?
Yeah, no, I mean, kind of as we talked about earlier, things are a negotiation, right?
Yeah.
And so I had a desire to help save kids' lives in school.
Yes.
And so did the Heart Association. But how do we do this? Because we recognize that our schools are also doing a lot of work during a school day and have mandates that continue to be piled onto these teachers, right, and administrators. So how do we make that work? That we all want to save kids' lives.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's anyone who doesn't, right?
Right.
So I think that's like sometimes even in politics, just reading past all the rhetoric, you know, and we're going to see that coming out this next year. You know, you'll hear, she doesn't like kids, or she, you know, and it's like, what? Who would, what? So I think truly we tell our kids all the time, I tell mine, you can control yourself. You can't always control other people.
Yeah.
Just do the right thing every single time. And I think that's what it comes down to, is just, here's our goal. How do we do the right thing? How do we do the right thing by everyone?
Absolutely. A couple more I really appreciate your time today, because I know that you guys have work to do. But, you know, what are some of the major challenges, if you could categorize them in terms of what residents and your constituents are calling you about now? Is it, you know, the economy? We talked about, you know, inflation's through the roof. Box of cereal, $7. Cleaning supplies are outrageous. Is it more economy-based? Is it, you know, is it in terms of a national argument? What are you hearing about?
We are hearing a lot about the economy. So people will call and need resources.
Yeah.
And so we try to plug them into local resources to help get energy bills paid for and that kind of thing. That is probably our number one call, is that I'm unable to pay my power bill this month. What can I do? What options do I have? That type of thing. Which with that is sometimes a referral to our local like LIHEAP, which unfortunately is out of funds. But we have other resources too that we can help refer people to. But especially this back to school time seems to be incredibly challenging for families, and
Yeah, it's insane. Well, I was just listening, and it doesn't have to do with this district, but a little off topic, in St. Louis, how these kids can't even get on a bus and go to school right now. And it kind of makes you appreciate what we have over here, because if I was a parent and my kid was going on public transit to go to school, it'd be tough.
Right.
And it just shows that, you know, we have a good thing going right here in our county.
Absolutely,
and
we do.
On top of that, you know, I think sometimes when we talk about, you know, local governments and our statewide officials, you know, we always want to see a little bit of our voice being heard at that level from Madison County. And I know that there's been a couple of, I guess, proclamations or ordinances that were passed at the county level that kind of just made their opinions known on certain topics. And I want to know, what is it like having conversations with county officials, and how important it is to have that to make sure that our local community is heard, you know, and then some?
Yeah. Again, incredibly important.
Yeah.
I have the luxury that I had served with many of the Madison County board members, so know some of them personally to be able to have those conversations. And they're able to share what they're hearing from their constituents, which is always helpful. Another thing, as far as hearing from people, that there's something called witness slips. So when bills are filed in Springfield and they're going before a committee, people can file a witness slip that shows it's all online. They can show up in person too, but they're able to do it online. Shows if they're in favor or in opposition. Those kinds of things are very helpful too. And just calling our office. I will say that, there are lobbyists that will visit us and say, this is what communities want. And for the most part, they aren't wrong, but there have been times that people in my communities have come and said, this isn't what we want, and it might differ from what we are hearing. So I cannot underestimate the power of, local. It's great to talk, and I'm great to share what's happening. But when people are telling me what they want, that's when I'm learning and I'm a better representative.
See, and that's what I think so important to talk about, because sometimes we assume and I think that's so unfair. No matter if you're a Democrat or Republican, you just said 87,000 people. It's hard to know of households, households, and I'm sure hundreds of thousands of constituents. But it's hard to know what their issues they're facing for every household. That's 88 or 87,000 different issues potentially.
Right.
And so for us to be a little bit more understanding, and that's why I love to have Representative Ellick, yourself on, and so many county officials, because that way we really get a sense of what's being shared, and that's why it's important for all of us to reach out. I wanted to ask you this too, and you have such a good sense on this, is voting local, because so many times we see that 2024, we see 2028, we hear about the primary, but we don't realize that our local elections, in my opinion, municipal elections and countywide, statewide, are very, very important. How important is it to really know about our local issues, and why should we vote?
Those are the issues that impact us on a daily basis. Our local elected officials are who control our property taxes as well. That's what we hear all the time is property tax, property tax, property tax. Visit your local officials. I will say, as just even a voter, I have tried to tune into some of the panel discussions and hear from local people, and sometimes that's helpful and sometimes it's not. If someone's running for office, you can call them and ask them to visit with you.
Yeah.
And I think that is, something that a lot of people don't necessarily always take advantage of, especially with those really local issues. And that's something that, just get to meet the people that are running that will represent you. Like you said, you might not always be 100% on board with them, but if they're willing to listen and be a good representative for you, they're your local people who are right around the corner. When I was a county board member, I remember I'd have people call and they'd say, can you come look at this? Well, I could, absolutely. They were just a mile down the road from me, and people should for sure take advantage of that.
Do you think being a county first prepared you for the statewide office? Or the the district office?
I do. I grew up in a household of parents who were self-employed, so I didn't really have a lot of government, and shared the sentiment that a lot of people have of government's big and confusing, and how do we navigate this? Which I do think that part of understanding helps us to better serve people, because I grew up in a household that was like, we need the help with this, and so that has been helpful. But yes, serving on county board very much helped. It was a great starting point to learning how to do this.
Well, State Senator Erica Harris, thank you so much for your time. One final question. Is there something that we can kind of keep our eyes out for in terms of, big bills that you're looking to pass, or anything that we can kind of put a little stamp on the wall and just wait for this to come?
Sure. So some things I have my eye on are property tax relief, especially for seniors.
Wonderful.
The law is a little bit different right now for residents of Chicago than it is residents here, and I'd like that to be more equitable for our elderly residents in the Metro East. And then also kind of have my eye on some energy issues so that we can provide much needed relief for people with that. And then as well, our young people and their internet usage and and how we can be helpful with that.
It's a big issue.
Yes.
And that's something we've talked about here. So many young, especially young females, are getting their pictures stolen and duplicate accounts are being made, and it's just terrible. And it's nice to know that there is an advocate, multiple advocates in our state that are looking after that and so many more important topics.
Absolutely. Yes. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no, this was fun. State Senator Erica Harris, you're welcome back anytime, seriously, and keep up the great work.
Thank you.
More of our Daily Show will hit you next with Tyler Lafferty right after this. Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Get paid to go solar. We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Welcome back to our Daily Show. Here's CJ.
I'm scared hip to death. Open up the window, sucker. Let me catch my breath. Mama told me not to come. Mama told me not to come. That ain't the way to have fun. Son, that ain't the way to have fun.
Welcome back, 10:38. Only a couple minutes behind. You know, we got Tyler Lafferty in studio. How are you doing, man?
Not too bad. It's been a busy year.
I bet it has been.
Yeah.
Now with the Wood River Park and Recreation Department, you're running that?
So I'm the assistant director / center manager. So
Cool.
I oversee all that. Transition was it was one of those things. One domino fell. And it's just like bam, bam, bam. It just happened out of nowhere.
Man.
And I definitely miss East Alton, but I'm happy over at Wood River.
Well, and it seems like that you guys had a really great relationship and still do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wonderful, man. And now CM Soccer. How'd this come about?
So I was the assistant last year under Derek Jarman. He moved up to he's training under Todd, so he's going to be the new athletic director.
Mhm.
Being an athletic director, you can't really be
Too
a head
hard.
coach. Yeah. So I still bug him all the time though. Jarman's a great guy, but luckily it was funny. So I also am a new dad. So I have my son Atticus now too. So it's like, got a son, got a new job, got a new coaching gig. So this is like a bam, 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 and all of them happened like within a month.
Have you taken a breath?
Nah, no time. No time. No time.
Well, how are the guys been? Let's talk soccer first. How's the team adapting? How's the summer been? I saw you had your midnight practice.
Yeah, so summer, we had great summer numbers. We actually went to the Roxana pool, and we had a little water polo practice.
Cool.
So the kids thought it was just going to be a pool party, and we were doing laps, and they didn't realize swimming wears you out.
Yeah.
And so that was really fun. we got a good squad. We had a transfer come in that's really going to help us, and then everyone that came back, they came back stronger. And I mean, we're itching. We're definitely hungry.
Well, and that's what's really great. Did you guys do the summer league?
Yes, so we did that, the 8v8 league, which was really good. The downside with the 8v8 league, you don't really get to see your formation.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad we had a few scrimmages. We actually scrimmaged Alton, so we can go 11v11.
That coach is a jerk.
Oh, hey, I like him.
That's my dad.
Yeah, is he really?
I'm being serious. That's why I'm joking with.
I did not know that. Yeah. No, he's a great guy.
Yeah, that's why I was joking.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why I like the 8v8, 9v9, because everyone got touches on the ball a little bit different. But to see your guys in that formation, take me through what you got. A lot of upperclassmen, a lot of lowerclassmen. What's that mix?
All the above. So,
no kidding.
Like our starting lineup, we only have 4 seniors, and all 4 seniors are studs. So they're all going to be in the starting lineup. Then we have like a handful of juniors in that mix. We got 2 sophomores. We're going to have a freshman starting. So we have like players from each class. And then we also have players that have been grinding out that are also putting in that work and really pushing. Like yesterday we went 11v like 20. And so I wanted varsity really find those holes, find that space, and really, really push.
There you go. So take me through, how long, you were a CM guy, weren't you?
Yes, so I was CM and Wood River both. So I actually played under Don Wolfel.
Okay.
So I was there for 3 years, and then I transferred to Wood River and played under Mike Lawson my senior year. Had a pretty decent senior campaign. So yeah.
Well, and I just think it's, great. When's your season start?
So we changed up the schedule a little bit this year. So we come out pretty hard. We play against Father McGivney Monday, which they're going to be good. We follow that up on Wednesday against Edwardsville, so another powerhouse, and then we follow that up against Springfield on Saturday. So
is Springfield conference?
No.
Okay.
So Springfield is just another great competitive school, and then follow that up, we got Altoff, our first home game, and then Jacksonville. So our first 5 games really gonna get us ready for that Mississippi Valley.
And now take me through that, because that's a different way to do it, but I like that. I really do. How important is it too for your guys, as a team to know, hey, we're going up against some ringers here to start the season off, but it's for a purpose.
Yeah. So when you're playing, every coach, they're going into the season. It doesn't matter the sport. They're like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I think my boys, they're good.
Yeah.
But the Mike Tyson, or it's not the Mike Tyson, or is it the Mike Tyson? You don't know how good you are until you get punched in the face.
Yeah.
Or you don't know if you're ready.
You're exactly right.
And so it's once we get out there next week and we go against another team, like how are we going to adjust to their offense? How are we going to play defense, move, transition into what we want to do? Are we going to control? Are we going to let them control? So you never really know until you get out there, and then you're going to really be able to see things and tweak things.
Really cool. And now how are the guys? Are you more of a technical coach? You like the tit for tat? Or are you more, because to me, I played for Gallagher for 15 years, and I get tired of seeing teams connect 48 passes and never shoot on goal. It's boring to me. It's just ticky-tacky. But for you, what do you think? Because honestly, this is where I find this exciting.
So I'm very lucky. So I have, in the sense of, in the way I structure practice, because I have Coach Eric, who he's the head girls coach, so he's one of my assistants. So having his years of experience, not only just with the actual thing, but behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, that's more important.
He helped me with uniforms, all that stuff, so that was a huge thing. And then my good friend Justin Lowry, who played with me at Swick, and then he won a state title for Edwardsville, having him on board, coming 3 days a week and helping out move things. But I don't only take the varsity guys. Like, I'll have the varsity guys, and then I'll move over and I'll switch. So now I'm coaching the JV guys, and then so then Eric and Justin go over it, and then we're constantly seeing different aspects of like, what do we want? So I have my own vision of things. When it comes, I yell-ish.
Yeah.
But I'm a question and answer.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are we doing this drill? Like, we're setting something up out wide. We're doing this passing pattern. How is this relevant when you're in a game?
Right.
I constantly pick on one of the freshmen all the time because I know he's going to answer, and I'm like, why are we doing it? And boom, there it is. And then I tried every day when we had practice, I asked a different person I'm like, so what do you think?
Well,
what we
now that's a good point, because soccer, you can't be stupid and play soccer. I've always said that. That's why the Scottish used it for the war strategy forever, and that's why a lot of people use it for battlefield strategy, because of how do we attack as a unit, you know? So with that, I think that's super important to make sure that there's critical thinking going on at training sessions. That's really cool. That's what I do with my club team, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't know why we're out here, then there's a problem.
It makes it, and then you can switch it up and do some fun stuff like during the summer. I haven't done it during the season yet. We did, and I stole this. I saw it online. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely doing that. We did a little weaving, so basic. You're weaving through the cones, but you have 2 different teams go at, and you're playing Connect 4.
Right.
Or, what is it? Tic-tac-toe.
Yeah.
So now you're throwing pennies down. Now you have to move the pennies. So it's you have to pass and move.
Yeah.
You can't just watch the ball.
No.
So I'm definitely a question and answer kind of guy.
I like it, man. That's cool. So as we're getting into this, do you guys have your online store or any type of merchandise available we can buy?
Actually, that will be up on Monday. So Schwarzkopf, I actually was just talking with Jen over there.
Cool.
She's amazing.
She is.
I call her anytime, and like she's getting our alumni shirts. She has and then we have our actual team shirts coming out. Boys, I've already told them what the saying's going to be, but we have a little saying going on right now, and I just want to say something real quick, because I have heard this time and time again. I brought back Peck and Scratch at Alton High School 7 years ago. It was nobody else but me, because when my dad was coaching the first run, this guy said, Peck and Scratch, Redbirds, because the Tigers like claw. I said, let's bring that back. I lost all the damn credit for it, and I'm still upset. Still upset. It's just a lighthearted joke. Not really. What's the slogan? So, every coach, you always ask a question, and you're fishing for answers. So one of our captains, Reed Wallace, his go-to thing anytime someone, because I would go in the order, and then his thing was just I agree, and then because he would always be. So that is our slogan going in the season, like. How are we going to space the ball? I agree. Are we going to go? Are we going to press? I agree. So just are we ready? We are ready. I agree. So just very simple, to the point, and being a unit.
Man, really cool. So when's your conference open up? Do you know off the top of your head?
So that would be in like 2 weeks. I want to say, who do we have first? I don't know off the top of my head on that one.
Do you guys, is it like 3A, not to cut you off, where you guys dive into conference and you don't get out of conference till the end of the year?
No, so we have a little break. So
do you?
Yeah, so we play, because we go against Waterloo. It's going to be tough. Triad, it's going to be tough.
Yep.
Masuda, tough. Jerseyville, Highland. So we have 5, and those aren't like any
quality teams.
You never really know what you're going to get on some of those, because especially like Mascuda, they might have some transfer coming in from that military base that you don't really know about.
Those guys are on cornbread.
Yeah.
Okay, I coached the middle school team because no one else could last year for Alton. Oh my God! When we played Mascuda, these kids were in 7th grade, Tyler, and they were 6'3".
Yeah, and now I don't envy them, because you never know how long you're going to keep those players.
Yeah, that's true. It's tough,
but you never really know, and then that's what's so exciting about going into the season. Like I said. Everyone's thinking the same thing. This is going to be our year, but I definitely think we have potential to make some noise.
Man, keep us updated, and I want to talk to you about your schedule, because we do sports broadcasts, and I do all the soccer and all that. Now that Dad's coaching again, I'm one-man team, but we'll find somebody, and we'll do some CM broadcasts too.
Okay.
That'd be really cool.
That'd be fun.
We're going to take a quick break, 10:48, but we got to talk about the Wood River Rec Center with Tyler.
Oh, yeah.
Man, busy year for you too.
Oh, yeah.
We'll come back with more after this.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
Get paid to go solar. We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back, 10:51. We got Tyler in studio. All righty. Back to the 9 to, well, it's not a 9 to, it's pretty much a life job. You're pretty much on call all the time, I'm sure.
Yeah, this is my actual
Does
career.
it surprise you that you had such a, I mean, not to patronize you because you're in studio, man, but I mean, you had a really big year of growth. I mean, you had a great run at East Alton, but to be recognized for your talents and, you go and move down the road a little bit, then you get this job at CM. This is an awesome year for you.
And don't forget my son.
Oh, and your son. Man, sorry about that.
Can't forget my son.
Sorry about that.
Atticus he's number one.
That is.
And then work, and then soccer. Soccer's the hobby and stuff like that. So
Good
you
for you, man.
You gotta have priorities. But yeah, no, it was definitely hard leaving East Alton over there. They're in good hands with Gabby Parker. So that's who took over for me. So she's doing good over there. And then they still got Robin, so we always love Robin. But then now making this transition, I love working over here under Pat Minogue, and then I have Dixon working, so all three of us alongside and talking about all our staff. But having someone like with Dixon, he can do the Tri-City stuff that I used to do, and now I can get fixated on honing in on okay, how are we going to bring people into this rec center? Mm-hmm. One thing, and I'll talk about, so we had our Camp Auto over the summer. So the number one thing I really want to talk about is we're piggybacking off of Camp Auto, which was amazing summer camp, 8-week program. But now we're also offering a after-school program for Wood River, Hartford, and East Alton kids. So it's K through 8th, and they can get added on to a bus stop. So if they're looking for that aftercare, the schools do offer aftercare, but if they're maxed out, then we're a great option for that. And it's pretty cheap, especially if you want to pay for the week, it's $50. Okay, if you're a youth member, it's $43 for a whole week of childcare. We offer
that's
homework.
A day,
or that's what I'm saying.
No. I mean, but that would be a day in normal childcare.
Yeah. Well, and then if you think about what's homework help, we have access to the gym. We got our gymnastics room. The kids, we have these little scooters. The kids love, the grade school that you always roll your finger over. That's true. That's what they have. And then so we have that going, and then so if anyone's out there interested in that, definitely you can reach out to even your school or reach out to me personally on my email. And then that would be great.
Well, I mean, even if the schools have aftercare, man, I'm thinking some people live closer to the rec center, I would assume, than they do the schools. So that way you have a little bit of a closer option to now, they have to pick up at the rec center? The bus doesn't take them afterwards?
Yes. So it's just like you would ride the bus home, but you ride it to the rec center.
Perfect.
And then we greet them. I greet them every day they come off. I have a few little buddies that we're also there for summer camps. I already know them pretty well. So it's always fun when see their face, and they're and one of them, he was wearing one of our youth youth basketball
That's cool,
camps.
yeah.
And then so he's coming in. I go by Coach Tyler.
I like it.
When I'm in at camp. So they come in, and I love when I hear a little voice saying Coach Tyler, like makes me light up.
Man, you guys are doing the right thing, and I'm serious, man. It's great that you're out there. We have 6 minutes, so we got to kind of conveyor about this. What do we got coming down the pipeline?
So we just opened. So we had our first pickleball tournament. It was the end of July. Okay, it was a good tournament. We had a good size where we can kind of figure out more logistics, stuff like that. We just opened registration for our November 2nd and 3rd Autumn Pickleball Classic. Okay.
I'm sure that registrations go quick for this.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the upside about this, a lot of people like to play. So we'll do men and women doubles. So it'll be women first on Saturday. Then we do mixed doubles on Sunday. And then we start that Sunday like in the afternoon. So people want to go to church, they can go to church, all that good stuff. But for the whole weekend, so if you play on Saturday and Sunday, it's only $50. So it's not like you really are maximizing. So we really want people to sign up for both days. If you only want to do one, it still is $50. Then it's just a flat rate.
Yeah.
But all the money, the best thing about this pickleball tournament, so this is why I kind of talked about Camp Otto first. This is going to pay for all our field trips for this coming summer.
That's really cool.
Where we're taking the funds that we do raise from this pickleball tournament and helping out with Camp Otto to offset those costs. So you're playing pickleball, but you're also raising money for kids.
That's how you do it, man. That's super cool. So that way people know that, hey, when they're going, win or lose, you're helping support a child's summer of healthy learning.
Yeah. And then some of the field trips we went to the Aqua Park in Collinsville.
That's a nice place.
The kids loved that. Went to the Science Center. They went to the zoo. We went to the Nazarene Theater, watched Wish. Have you ever seen Wish?
Yeah.
My son loves Wish.
It's a good one. It is a good one.
Great movie. So it's a lot of fun field trips. And then I'm already scheduling for next summer for those next field trips.
You're doing seriously a great job. That whole team out there, man, that's wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's super cool. I didn't realize that's all you guys were doing. We need to write about that more.
But I'll say, you let me know. I can give you all the details.
Well, we're working on stuff in Wood River, too. We're getting there. We're creeping.
You just let me know.
I will.
Hey,
sorry, man. Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, you're good. The other thing, so our gymnastics classes just started. So our gymnastics program, we have over 200 kids in our gymnastics program, which is crazy. But the upside about all that too, we did just release our fall fitness classes. So Patty, who's one of our instructors, she teaches everything on the side. She's really going to spearhead pushing and promoting all our fitness classes. But say if your kids signed up for gymnastics, and you don't want to sit there on your phone or just watch them, you can just go take a fitness class. Go do like an ab, go do like a leg, and then do like a yoga. And then that way you can come in and you can time it up where you're out of class, they're out of class. Now you guys are going home. You both got a little work in.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Soccer, I'm assuming, is full.
Soccer registrations, Dixon just finished all those. So for those that are listening, the rosters should be going out. The cool thing that we're doing a kickoff this summer. So I love our friends over at Elite FT.
They're good
Fitness.
people.
Yeah, they're great people. So they're coming in, and our games. So games will start the week of September 9th. So that Sunday before that, we're doing a Elite FT Olympics. So they're coming in, they're bringing their speed gun, they're bringing they have all these different records. They've done it in a few other parks, so you can actually, someone from Wood River, Roxana, or even Bethalto, East Alton can come do this, and they might be a record holder for touches for their age group, or how how hard they can kick the soccer ball. So it's a cool little thing.
I'm gonna win most out of breath.
You be surprised,
Tyler. Man, I hate to. We're running out of time, but you're just doing some awesome work, and I'm serious. I wanted to end with this for you.
Okay.
I even wrote it down.
Okay.
1. We got to set up the CM Alton High soccer game. We're going to do that next year. We got to do it.
Next year, we got to get on the bus.
And then we got to do the Thursday night jamboree. I'm saying it on the air, Tyler, for you today.
I would love to get some next summer, getting some full 11v11, getting that going. It'd be good, and then every coach would agree. Numbers are hit and miss in the summertime.
They are.
So you might have 14 kids, you might have Like we were consistent about 22.
Good.
We have about 30. We have 35 on our official roster. So, and then it might not be the same groups that's playing every week. So, if we can get a 11v11 league going next summer, it's only going to prepare us more and more for the season.
I love it, man. I
Yeah.
seriously love it. Keep up the great work. How do we follow along with the Rec Center?
So the best way to follow us is to follow us on Facebook. So Wood River Parks and Rec. Any other questions, people can always email me. Best way to get mine's pretty easy. It's just T Lafferty, so LAFFERTY at WRParks.org.
There you go. We'll take a. Oh wait, we're out of time. What a more. It's been something. I'll see you back here tomorrow for more of our daily show. I'll see you with Brian Trust at 2 p.m. for You're Beautiful. But until then, just try your best to stay out of jail.
Oh, yes, he did. He said he would. I always leave.